and that cannot meet any longer.
Oss maksvårde
about why are you still worried, my heart, you childish heart. It's about time for you to become wiser and to understand that you live in the world of steel and ice, and only you, foolish heart, do not want to understand.
Fahrt
proceeding, I would like to say one thing, that me and Darius were traveling with the help of Goodwill Fund. We were traveling through Lithuania. We were traveling through little towns, little shtetls. We've been as well to Jonava, where our beloved Grigory Kanovich was born. And we're very happy that we can bring those shtetls where Yiddish was once sounded. Now, unfortunately, it sounds only in the songs, but I can assure you that more and more people are trying to find out and are very interested in learning the language, the music, and the culture that once used to sound over there. So, but unfortunately, further on, we need to proceed with the period that we cannot forget, and we need to mention. We need to mention also in music. We proceed with a song which was composed in Shablughet, the ghetto of the city of Cholet. And the song is called A Yiddish Kind. This song was composed after Nazis thought of different actions in ghettos. And there were children actions where when parents who would come back from their works back to ghettos wouldn't find their children anymore. So there were some ways in the song to save their lives. Very rare ways, but this song is about that. This song is about mother bringing a child to her Lithuanian friend, leaving there at the distant village and asking not to sing, not to speak in Yiddish, and to forget that language, and to forget the fact that a child was born Jewish. The song was composed in the ghetto of Cholet by Chaya Chaim and is arranged by Lithuanian composer Vytautas Miškinis.
Sag
Vilna Jews was forced to be in Vilna Ghetto. It's Avram Sutskever. And his poem, which was then put on the music of Avram Rudno, which is called Unter deine weiße Stelle, Beneath Your White Star. The song composed in Vilna Ghetto.
As far as the book is concerned, The Devil's Bell. As far as the book is concerned, The Devil's Bell, if I may, I do agree with everyone who was taking the stage, or the bima, which is difficult to take a bima, talking about things like that. The book basically is about this. Why it happened overnight, that all this just disappeared. It might be about Jews, it might be about Roma, it might be about Poles. It is about Jews. It's about us. Is it about Jews? No. Yes. It's human. It's about a human turning into an animal overnight with a question, why? Why, when all this has been given to us? It's been given to us, to Lithuanians, to Christians, to everyone, and it disappeared. And the book is about, in my opinion, is asking a question, why it happened. Everybody was asking this question, and everybody continues to ask this question, why? And I believe, without telling you my opinion, what the book offers as an answer, I think this book is about that question. Why? It's about our relationship. It's about many other things. I also agree, I deeply agree and deeply appreciate everyone who spoke about the writings of my father. And it's very interesting to hear Christina, which is born into the same system like myself, just a bit later, and to Max Listerman, who wasn't born into that system, and both are finding something in this literature. Now I'm talking literature, academic. Does it really matter where we put these writings, into which drawer? Lithuanian writer, Jewish writer, Russian writer, a child who lost his mama Loshin at the age of 12 because of what happened, the identity which has been killed overnight and which was forced into Russian and even Kazakh as a language, the identity. I was born to Gagarin. I wasn't born in 1962 into this beautiful synagogue. I was born to something else, to Khrushchev. You were born to something else. And I got back my identity because of the memory. Because the books are appealing to the people who are no more. It's a memorial. And I think, as a memorial, it pays a tribute both to the tribe, which is no more, and both to the humanity. It appeals to the humanity. It like the jacket which Christina was talking about, which was tailored by my grandfather. I once had the impression that half of the capital of Vilnius were wearing the jackets of my grandfather, tailored by him. Truly and honestly. You know what is important? She doesn't know him. She remembers the jacket. She thinks of the jacket and she thinks of the material and she thinks of the needle and she thinks of the thread. And overall, and above all, she thinks about who was pulling the thread through the needle. And it goes through the heart. We didn't talk about the person. And this is all about memory. If we are different from animals, we are passing memory. People can be killed, their houses can be robbed, their houses can be burned down by a neighbor of yesterday. His name might be whatever. But can they disappear without a trace? No, they can't. Because of the people, I'm sorry to say it as a son, like my father, who built a memorial to their memory. He created and recreated a true character whom he remembers. Banknetcher is not a fiction. Is a tailor who did exist in Europe. Jews who were coming back after the war, the Second World War. I believe they were trying to get back home. They never found a home. There was no home anymore. There were walls, there were leftovers, but what is remaining is the memory. And it is our duty to pass this memory from generation to generation, to learn from it. And yes, I agree, that if you come to Vilnius or if you come to any other shtetl or city in Lithuania or probably even in Eastern Europe, there is not much signs of life which our tribe has left over centuries. There are signs of death. Can we expect not only us, but somebody else to appreciate the death if we don't appreciate the life of the people who lived before they were murdered? Can we expect appreciation or compassion? I don't think so. It is only by bringing these people and paying respect to the life they lived before they ended. In 1962, when I was born, to Gagarin, to the pits in oblivion, to the desecrated cemeteries, we have to pay a respect to them, to the language which we have just listened to. And I think this Litvak saga, which my dad wrote over years and years, and by the way, these two novels were written not in Lithuania, they were written in Israel. I think this is all about that. It's paying a tribute and appealing to humans to be human. Thank you. Thank you for a non-fake celebration, a true one, celebration of my dad, his novels, and I thank everybody who took the stage, and I thank everybody who came to this very late evening, to this beautiful synagogue. I thank the Lithuanian Jewish community who did make a real present to my father, paying him a respect. So, sincerely, on behalf of the family, Toda Rabba, and let's not forget, this is written, and this is written for the reason. Thank you.